Welcome back everyone to another multi-episodic Cobra Kai Season 6 watch party. So I recently put out a video that discussed how the Season 6 writers room was going extra long, longer than ever before. This was supported by the fact that despite the writers room going the normal 12 weeks, Hayden talked about still working with them for the next couple of months. Plus, Emily Abbott, who's a new staff writer and has worked on the show for years now, said on her podcast Open to It that they were going to continue working except the writer's strike shut everything down. That is important because it was clear there was a lot more writing to do. The question then becomes, what is all this writing about? I speculated there could be a secret Season 7 in the works. There was even another piece of information that seemed to indicate it could be something on that scale. When production shut down, obviously everyone in the cast and crew were put on hiatus. As it is, Curtis Baker, that is the on-set photographer, the guy who takes all these pictures, posted this on his Instagram story. He says they wrapped 7 months early. Yes, 7 months. Holy shit! And yeah, it's right there by the little Cobra Kai logo on his bag. That is the show he's talking about. That means they were planning on being in production for most of the rest of this year. 7 freaking months would take them to December. As a moment for comparison, consider what has been the norm for the past few seasons. And I also need to credit Amy once again for spotting this story. She is the most diligent cast and crew tracker in the fandom right now. So how does the schedule normally look? Each episode is allotted 6 days of shooting. 10 episodes a season brings us to 60 total days of filming. Now they only work 5 days a week, so that means maybe 12-week production schedule or about 3 months. Seasons 3, 4, and 5 each filmed over a period of 3 months. So when we look at this, 7 months of production, you know something is up. Clearly they are shooting a lot more than ever before. But now the question becomes, what is all that? Is it a secret season or just an extra long Season 6? That is definitely the question. Well, I was able to find the answer. The key was to remember an old video of mine. That one. If you recall, the episode titles for Season 4 were leaked months before it came out. Most people saw them on Wikipedia and thought that's where it came from. But you must remember, Wikipedia is not an original source for information. I realized the source for the titles was actually the Entertainment Identifier Registry. Basically, the purpose of this registry is the most inside baseball industry sort of reason. It exists to make communication across distribution channels easier, as the registry standardizes a lot of the codes and whatnot. What matters for us is Cobra Kai. Luckily, as they went into production, they had to get the registry numbers and IDs for all the episodes of Season 6. We have that right here and we can see, voila! Sony has registered 15 episodes for Cobra Kai Season 6. Not 10, not 20, 15. That is a heck of a season. But wait, I know you're thinking, would 15 episodes be enough to fill 7 months of shooting? It doesn't seem like it unless some of those episodes were extra long. Perhaps there's a way we can break the numbers down. We know from confirmed sources, mostly Billy, they were shooting episode 1 for what seems like 8 days, and it had 2 mega fights in it. Sometimes the fights take more time to shoot, so that episode eats up an extra day of the shooting time. What this means is 7 months of production would mean maybe 140 days of shooting. Imagine they now have an extra day for each episode, which means they are given 7 days per episode. It would break down like this. The season is split into 2 parts like Stranger Things 4 was. Part 1 has 10 episodes and flows much like a normal Cobra Kai season. Those 10 episodes for Part 1 would then take 70 days for shooting. That would be half of the full schedule. Then comes Part 2. It will run 5 episodes, but maybe those episodes are extra long, closer to an hour or twice as long as a normal episode. That means 14 days for shooting each of 5 episodes would account for the other 70 days. Basically, in this scenario, Season 6 Part 2, which would be episodes 11 through 15, run an hour each and have as much content as the normal season. That's basically the way I see it. Season 6 is 15 episodes long, split into 2 parts. Part 1 is a regular 10-episode drop, 30 minutes each. The special Season 6 Part 2 is 5 extra long episodes. Obviously, all of that is my own speculation, but it makes the most sense to me. I'll go into detail later about what will happen in these 2 segments. Right now, I think the Sekai Taikai will be the focus of Part 1, running the first 10 episodes. There will probably be a gap of 1 to 2 months, then Part 2 drops. That will conclude with Kreese and Terry Silver, along with whatever final challenge emerges. Obviously, we don't know the release date yet, and the current writer's strike isn't helping anything. But like I said, I do think it'll be a 2-part staggered release. Stranger Things had almost a month and a half between parts 1 and 2, and that worked really well. It allows a big boost to come with all the reaction and excitement from part 1, and then time to speculate and get excited for part 2. While that still is up in the air, I think it's what'll happen. Are you excited for Cobra Kai Season 6? 15 episodes, some of which will be extra long? Let me know. I'll be back soon with some more theories on how it'll shake out. Have a great day. I'll see you at the next watch party.
Cobra Kai never dies.